filmmakers, for Black History Month, the Creation Station is going to be celebrating some of our favorite Black inventors all month long. We're also going to be doing kits for a take-home project, which we're doing along with an Invention Contest, which I'll be telling you a bit more about at the end of the video. This take-home project is inspired by Alexander Miles, who invented the automatic elevator doors. We're going to learn more about him at the end of the month. So until then, let's work on our project, a cardboard model elevator. In your kit, you'll find a shoebox. There's a couple holes cut into it. This piece of extra cardboard, it's got some of this double-sided tape on there. It's ready to be assembled into a box. Also got a few of these skewers, beads glued into them. So there should be 2 of these, one short one and one long one. Should be a bit of string. And then there's a bag of some extra stuff. We'll be getting to this a bit later. For now, let's focus on our model elevator. On your cardboard box, there should be one side that has 2 square holes cut into it. That's going to be the face of the elevator. Also be another side that's got 1 hole. That's going to be the top of the elevator. When it sits, it's going to be like this. Now we're going to be assembling our elevator car. The elevator car is where the passengers go in, and it's the thing that goes up and down. It's the elevator part of it. So we're going to be making that out of this. This is the lid of the shoebox that I cut off. This has already been pre-cut, so it'll fold just where I want it to. And it's also been pre-taped. So now let's assemble the elevator car out of this extra piece of cardboard. The elevator car is like a box with an opening on one side where the passengers can get in and off. This cardboard has already been pre-cut and pre-taped, so all I need to do is peel the backing off here and fold it all up. You'll see it's sticky. Press firmly so you can make sure the tape sticks. If you have extra tape at home, feel free to use it to make your elevator car stronger. Once you have your box all put together, you'll notice there's a hole on one side of the box. That's actually going to be the top of the elevator. Find your string and find one end. Poke it through. It might be a little difficult. Some of the cardboard might have fallen in. Go ahead and use a pencil or something. Make sure you don't make the hole any bigger than it really is. You don't want that hole getting too big because then it won't work. String the string right through that hole and then tie a knot on one side. The knot's not going to be big enough, so we're going to have to actually tie a couple different knots right on top of each other to make one large knot, so it's too big to go back through the hole. There's also another piece of tape right next to that hole. You can peel the backing off of that and then tape the string down. And if you have glue at home, feel free to use that. Now find the other end of the string. We're going to poke it through the hole on the top of the model elevator. Remember how I said the squares are the face and then there's a hole right on the top. Inside, I'm going to poke this hole right up into the top. So now I'm going to loop this string once around the tiny skewer that has the 2 beads, and the string's going to go right back down through the same hole. Now this is a little tricky. You might have to finagle this a bit. There we go. Pull it all the way through. The purpose of the skewers is to make sure that the string does not come back out of the hole. You'll see now I've got this string and I've got my elevator car. Look up and down. Not perfectly. So now I'm going to get my other skewer with just the 1 bead, and I take my string, I'm going to tie it onto this skewer twice. And then you actually want that knot to be as close to the bead as possible. This does not have to be at the end of the string. In fact, it's better if you have a bit of tail hanging off of the string. So last thing we're going to do is we're going to stick this through the holes on the sides of the box. It's a little hard to see, but there's a little hole right there. I'm going to stick that in so that the bead is on the inside of the elevator, not the outside. Close my door, and as I do this, the skewer is going to bend a little bit, but I don't want to let it bend too much. So now my elevator is open slightly so I can see inside, but the lid's kind of closed over it. And in fact, I've got some more tape up here that I can just tape this down. Now with everything assembled, you can go ahead and turn this skewer, and as it does so, it'll wind that string up along the skewer, which will pull the elevator up through the elevator shaft. And then if you spin it the other way, it'll unwind, letting the elevator car go down the elevator shaft to the bottom. And ta-da, you made a very simple working elevator model. Now, what about this bag of extras? Though the elevator model does work, it's not a perfect design. There are improvements that can be made to it. And in fact, people have been improving on the basic design of the elevator for thousands of years. Most of these improvements have been to make the elevator safer, as well as to make it easier to use. The Creation Station is holding a contest all through Black History Month to see how you would improve upon the design of our simple model elevator. You can use anything that comes in your bag of extras or anything else you happen to have around the house. At the end of the month, we'll be talking about Alexander Miles and how his invention made the elevator much safer to use. And then on March 3rd, we'll be announcing the winner of our Invention Contest. For our Invention Contest, we're looking for anything that improves on the design of the elevator, making it easier to use, making it safer to use, or making it look much better. Remember that this is still a model elevator, so if you have a design for something that would need electricity, but you don't have access to electricity, just draw up a little schematic of what it would look like and show us how it might work, and it'll still be counted. The winner of the contest will get credit for a free 3D print here at the Creation Station. We're excited to see what you invent, makers, and we're super excited to show some of our favorite Black inventors all month long.